Biology Part 118. Well, as we move ahead, we find the leaf structure, the external features. The external features of the leaf of a typical dicotyledon details if its attachment with the stem are illustrated in the figure. The flat part of the leaf is called blade or lamina, that provides a large surface area for the photosynthesis and is supported partly by turgor pressure and partly by the leaf veins. In dicotyledons, these form a branching network transporting water and inorganic ions into the leaf, conveying the products of the photosynthesis to the stem. The central midrib of the leaf stalk and the petiole are composed mainly of the vascular tissue. An axillary bud is located in the angle or the axil formed between the petiole and the main stem. Many plants possess outgrowths from the leaf bases known as stipules. These are often leaf-like, photosynthetic, or sometimes become the tendrils or spines. The leaf shape is genetically determined and is characteristics of any particular species. However, leaf shape is also influenced by the environmental change and by the age of the plant. In many trees, the leaf positions affects the final size and the shape. Leaves near the top of the trees are often smaller and narrower than those from the lower branches, which are broad and flat with a large area exposed for photosynthesis. Simple leaves like those of the oak or holly have a lamina in a single unit. Compound leaves are composed of the separate leaflets. These develop from the same leaf bemodium and are attached to the main stem or by a single petiole. Sometimes the leaflets are linked at a single point, as in the host chestnut, while in the leaves like those of the ash and the leaflets are arranged in either side of an elongated petiole. Internal features. The arrangement of the primary issue in the leaf of the dicotyledon, details of the cellular structure, are given in figure. As you can see that the leaf consists of the number of layers. Number one is the upper epidermis. The cells of the upper dermis produce a thick waxy cuticle which protects the upper surface of the leaf and helps to reduce water loss. The chloroplast of these cells are the living, but they do not normally possess the chloroplast. An important exception occurs in the case of the crescent-shaped God cells, which lie on either side of the small opening called stomata. Well, it's singular is stoma, and the God cells can change shape to open or close the stomata and help to control the gas exchange and water loss. Usually only a few stomatas are found in the upper epidermis. Light passes through the upper epidermis to reach the deeper layers of the photosynthetic tissues. The number two one is the palisade mesophyll. The cells of this layer are chlorenchyma cells which develop from the marginal mercenals. They are most highly adaptive cells in the photosynthesis and have cytoplasm densely packed with the chloroplast. Typically, they are arranged in rows with the long axis of each cell vertical, thereby trapping light effectively. Large intercellular spaces allow diffusion of gases into and out of the palisade cells. During the photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is absorbed and oxygen is released as a waste product. The surface of the cell walls are moist to permit these gases to dissolve and represent sites of inevitable water loss. Number three, spongy mesophyll. These cells of the layer of the chlorochema cells, like those of the palisade layers, are more loosely packed with unusually large intercellular space. The spongy Nasal cells possess fewer chloroplasts and less important in this case. Number 4, we've got the lower epidermis. The cuticle secreted with the cells of the lower epidermis is usually much thinner than that of the covering of the epidermis. In addition, the lower epidermis is penetrated by the numerous stomata. Number 5 is the vascular tissues. The leaf veins are there, and the large central vein of the midrib region contain the phloem and the xylem. In most species, xylem tissues forms the upper section of each vein and contains the tracheids and the xylem vessels. Well, as in the sternum and the phloem tissues consisting of the sieve tubes and the companion cells, it is usually confined to the lower part of the vein. Additionally, strengthening the vascular tissue is common. We'll talk more about these things in our next videos. That's all for the day, and that has been biology part 180, and I'll provide you more details in the same day. In fact, right now we're going to have a break and I'll get back to you. That's all for right now in the morning. Bye bye, take care, see you later.